Hey guys, it's Drax here. Recently I released a video called Why is PlanetSide 2 dying? This was an answer to viewers who have asked me the question, but I also wanted to outline problems that have existed from the beginning and emphasize the impact updates can have on the game. Now this doesn't mean that I hate the game or the dev team. I just wanted to put across the potential this game had and still possibly has if we get the right updates. I love PlanetSide 2 and I play it every single day, so here's why. I'm going to start with the story of how I got into PlanetSide 2. I asked a friend at the time about if he knew any Star Wars games that were a first person shooter that were enjoyable to play. Now there was a few around, but maybe they were sort of PvE games, so he recommended a game called PlanetSide 2. I was quite reluctant when I saw it first. Obviously there's a fantastic trailer for the game and that got a lot of people to play originally, but for me I saw some of the gameplay and it didn't pull me. And at the time I was mostly a console gamer, so we're going back to 2013. So I didn't play PlanetSide 2 from the beta. Eventually I did join him in game and we started on Vanu. Now the server we chose at the time was Ceres, and we used to play pretty much every day, and I got my original character up to battle rank 64. But around about that time he got a bit bored of the game again and he stopped playing. And as I was going around alone most of the time, I wasn't enjoying my time on that server, so I moved over to Emerald. Now I moved over at Emerald for kind of two reasons. One, another friend of mine played on Emerald with BWC, or he had played with BWC in the past and he advised I go over there and see what they were like. And there was also the reason that I played a lot of the time late at night, and late at night's a great time to join Emerald because obviously the server comes alive there at sort of peak hours. And by late I mean like 1 to 3 in the morning. That would be for me, and I guess that would equal around about 7 to 9 for the East Coast guys. After playing on there, like 2 days I would guess, I joined up with 1TR in an open platoon. Now 1TR, if you don't know, is the first Terran Rangers, and they've pretty much been around since the start of the game. Through the outfit I learned squad play, I learned how to lead squads, and we took bases, we captured bases against the odds. And the game as a whole really opened up for me. I really started to enjoy it. I got involved in air gameplay through the outfit. Certain players took me under their wing and taught me how to fly. I learned vehicle gameplay. I learned positioning. I learned from certain individuals in the outfit where to aim, how to aim, pre-aiming, pre-firing, positioning in rooms. And that outfit really taught me a lot, and it's an outfit I'm still part of today. This game's scale is unmatched. You can look at Battlefield, you can look at Call of Duty, and I can't really compare this game to many others. It's still an FPS, but it's an open world MMOFPS. I often say that people play this game for competition and community. And for a long time that was the pull for me, just for the community, because I wasn't very good at the game. So as I learnt, it was all about the players around me, and I really felt like as I grew as a player, I met new people and new friends within that community. Even now I'm getting to know people that I may have played against for years. They may have been on the opposite faction to me. I'm getting to know them and realising what great people they are. With the YouTube channel, which is still fairly new to me, it's a great thing to get to know subscribers and the people who are playing this game and learn what they want from the game and seeing what ideas that they come up with that could possibly benefit the game in the future. So getting back to scale, no other game has the scale like PlanetSide 2. You've got several different infantry classes, aircraft in the sky, armoured vehicles, the Sunderers that are key to capturing bases. There's so much that this game's got going on, all on massive open world maps that you can do anything on. It's a game where you don't even have to be in the fight to be part of something. And when you look at it, no other game does this. There's no other game where you can pretty much do what you like and still impact. It's a game where you can play your way. If I wanted to have a chill session, I might go out with an ant and farm some Cortium and build some bases. Maybe even pull a tank and look for other tanks. I could spawn a fighter and go out and look for air-to-air battles. or I could play the infantry classes and look for good bases to attack and defend and progress from base to base. There are so many different ways to play and so many different things to master that I never feel that this game is actually dried up when it comes to things that I can do. So let's go on to gunplay. And even though other games may do this better, I like the way PlanetSide 2 does it. You've got headshot multipliers which differentiate skilled players from players that aren't so skilled, or players that haven't been playing as long. The better my headshot ratio and the better my kills per hour, the more I feel like I'm up in my game and becoming a better player. In this way, there's always room for me to improve. Now, many people may say that I'm looking at the kill to death ratio, but it doesn't really matter to me too much. I always say try to have fun with a game. And when you're having fun and focusing on getting those headshots, maybe being more skilled with your aim, hitting the target, and getting up those kills per hour, because I really think that the difference that makes there is that you're taking out more enemies. They can't affect the battle as much if they're not there. The gunplay is of course affected by issues like lag and server problems. It can also be affected by issues like bad performance. But for me, most of the time, if I'm playing on a server that is near my location, I don't have a problem with any gunplay in this game. I have been receiving more issues with lag and hit detection on servers like Emerald as time's gone on. I'm not sure of the problem, I would only be guessing, but I do still enjoy the gunplay in this game. But how about balance? Well, despite some issues that we have had over the years, this game offers a good variety of infantry classes and vehicles, and I still feel like most of them have been balanced very well. In other games you might find that's not the case, and I've played some games recently that maybe I've played in the past, or newer games as well, and I don't think they've been balanced quite as well. PlanetSide, there's so much going on and there's a lot of work for the devs to do when it comes to balance, I know this. So I feel like they've done a good job in this area. My next point is an important one for new players when it comes to choosing if they want to play this game or not, and that's the fact that it's not pay to win. Often a problem with free-to-play games is that they are pay to win. Developers just want to make money off very rich players who want to get a leg up in the game. Well, this isn't the case with PlanetSide 2. Everything you can buy in-game will just accelerate your progress, or it will make your character look better. Simple as XP boosts, resource boosts, and cosmetics. If you're watching this video and you're wondering if you should play PlanetSide 2, but you're worried about it being pay to win, then you have no need to worry. The only difference that people often find in the first place is that veterans will take them out so quick that they won't stand a chance. Maybe they've laced a load of shots into a player and he's turned around and killed you immediately. And often the fact of the matter is that he's turned around and shot you straight in the head. And that comes down to being a headshot multiplier that's in the game, which I talked about some of the skilled gunplay earlier. And that's where it comes in that people feel that the game might be pay to win. But when you join the game, if you start with a heavy class for example, you'll get the same playing field as what a veteran has, or very similar. And all you've got to do is maybe a few upgrades, and then it just comes down to skill, which you'll learn as you play the game. You've got to expect to die a few times, but as you get better, trust me, it's very rewarding. This game is like Marmite, or as the guys in the US might call it, Vegemite. There's no game like it, but then most people don't like it. For me, I love it. It's one of those games that I've never stopped playing and that I keep going back to. I've took breaks from the game in the past, not because I wasn't enjoying the game anymore, but maybe a new game come out and I got enticed by that for a while and I've played that game. But this is the one game that has been a constant for me that I came back to. Other games have let me down, I feel like I've wasted time on them. But PlanetSide, I have 2,200 hours on Steam and nearly 4,000 hours in total when I combine the old launcher and deleted characters. I really don't regret playing that amount of time. I would say I've enjoyed 98% of it. There's a few things in game which wind me up. You know, there's an often thing of when you get on and you get sniped too often, or tanks raining on the base. There's little gripes and stuff with the game, and I think everyone's got that, and that's why there comes out so many things about balance and everyone's got their own opinion. But this is the one game I can say that I truly have enjoyed playing, I just wish some updates were made early on, so that the game might even be in a better state than it is now. Hopefully we'll get some updates in the future that will do that. That's my hope for the game, so that it can keep growing. In my previous video I was talking about the game's population going downwards. What I want to see is it rise again. I say some games have been able to achieve that. It's a hard road for the dev team and I don't envy their job. But I will say thank you for making such a wonderful game, which I have spent so many hours playing. So when people ask me what is your favourite game, you know the answer.